Imagine two friends who receive the same promotion at work on the same day. Both of them celebrate. Both receive a significant salary raise or increment, as we want to refer it. 5 years later, one has bought investment properties, built an emergency fund, and started a business. And the other has a bigger car loan, a more expensive phone, higher monthly bills, and still lives from paycheck to paycheck. Both of them earned the same increase. So why did they arrive at completely different destinations? The answer lies in one of the most dangerous financial traps few people ever discuss. And today, we're exposing the silent enemy of wealth. Welcome to Hidden Riches. This is where we discover timeless principles for purpose, business, wealth, leadership, and legacy. Remember to hit the subscribe button so that you hear more from us. And today's question is this: why do many people earn more every year but never ever become wealthier? And the answer may surprise you. You see, most people believe that higher income automatically leads to better financial life. Unfortunately, that is not always true. For many, every increase in income is quickly followed by an increase in spending. A better salary becomes a bigger house, and a bigger house becomes more furniture. More furniture leads to higher utility bills. A newer car brings higher insurance, higher maintenance, and higher fuel costs. Before long, the increase that once felt exciting has disappeared. Not because the income was too small, because the lifestyle expanded to consume it. This is what financial experts often call lifestyle inflation, or Parkinson's law of income. The danger is that as your income grows, your freedom does not grow with it. Only your obligations grow with your increase in income. I've watched this happen repeatedly over the years. Someone receives a promotion and immediately they begin making big decisions based on future income instead of lasting wisdom. They get a new car, they get a larger apartment, more expensive subscriptions. They even engage in luxury purchases made simply because they cannot afford the monthly payments. For a few months, everything will feel fine. Everything will look successful. People will even envy them. But then life happens. Unexpected expenses just creep up from nowhere. Medical bills show up unexpectedly. And school fees, yes, that will also show up. Business setbacks often happen, unplanned for most of the time. And suddenly, the same person who once celebrated salary increase or income increase finds themselves under even greater financial pressure. Why does this happen? Because every increase in income had already been assigned to a higher standard of living. The opportunity to build wealth quietly disappears with that decision. Why does this happen to a lot of people? It is confusing to note that it's happening to more people than you may want to know. Wealth is not destroyed mainly by low income. It is more often destroyed by uncontrolled lifestyle growth. Earning more doesn't automatically make you wealthier. Keeping more, investing more, building on more, these are what creates lasting wealth in your life. Income is very important, but discipline determines whether that income becomes wealth or simply funds a more expensive lifestyle. Let us start from ancient wisdom as written in ancient scriptures. Proverbs 21 verse 20 has this to say that concerns what we're discussing. He said, there is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but the foolish man spendeth it all up. This proverb paints two different pictures. The A wise person has treasures in reserve in his own abode. There is something left after today's needs have been met. This is what that verse is trying to say. But the foolish person, on the other hand, consumes everything. Nothing remains. You see, God isn't condemning enjoyment. No. He's teaching us stewardship instead. Wisdom leaves room for tomorrow. You see, foolishness spends as though tomorrow will never come or that tomorrow does not exist. But we know better. We know that the one thing that is certain is the fact that tomorrow will come, unless, of course, you're dead. Think about 7 years before abundance in Egypt. Under Joseph's leadership, Egypt didn't consume everything it produced. During the years of plenty, he stored the grains. Resources were preserved by him because they exercised discipline during that period of abundance. They survived the years of famine. Had they spent everything during those good years of prosperity, they would have quickly become disaster in the making. They would have quickly had disaster staring at them in the face. Joseph understood a principle that every wealthy person eventually learns. Sometimes we learn it the hard way. What is that lesson? Not everything you receive should be consumed. So how can you make this possible in your life? I'll give you steps to follow. And if you follow them, you will be just fine. Number one, anytime your income increases, resist the urge to immediately increase your lifestyle. Because it's the increment of lifestyle that eventually eats into the increased income. Number two, decide in advance what percentage of every increase will be invested rather than spent. Remember, you have to invest before you spend your money. Number three, separate genuine needs from status-driven purchases. A lot of people get caught up in this chase. They don't even know what they need most and invest on it. Instead, they keep on treating every expenses as if it is an emergency. And number four, review your monthly expenses and identify one recurring cost that adds little real value to your life. Anytime you do this appraisal, you will discover that there are some things you can live without. And then you know how to take proactive measures against those expenses. And number five, allow your assets to grow faster than your lifestyle. You see, when your investment increases more quickly than your expenses, you're moving towards your financial freedom. Many people celebrate higher income. The wise, on the other hand, celebrate a higher investment rate. Yes, just like a wise man once said, you invest your money and then spend the rest, not you spend your money and then invest the rest. The other matters a whole lot. It does matter what you do with your income, because there will be a time when your income will be challenged. 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine happens to everybody. So this week, examine your finances honestly. Think back over the last few years. As your income increased, what increased even faster? Was it your investment or your lifestyle? Your answer may explain why financial progress has felt so slow for you. Remember, wealth isn't measured by how much passes through your hands. It is measured by how much remains, how much grows, and continues working for you when you can no longer work as hard. If this episode has challenged your thinking, subscribe and join us as we continue uncovering the timeless principles that shape purpose, business, wealth, leadership, and legacy. And in the next lesson, we shall be looking at the fact that hard work is not enough to make you wealthy. Until then, discover, build, and prosper.